Hey everyone, welcome to another episode of New York Bassin. Today I'm going to talk about choosing the right rod for your spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, and other applications. So I'm going to start with a good rod for both. Now this rod is best for both of these presentations. From any weights from 1/4 to 1 ounce, this is the rod choice I would choose, and I'm going to talk about it right now. This rod right here is a 6'9" medium heavy rod. Anywhere from a 6'6" to a 7 foot medium heavy rod would be great. Except you're really looking for that moderate to moderate fast tip. Moderate fast is a little bit better. Moderate fast means that the rod bends a good ways down, but then has that straight. It bends about a full, maybe a little more than a quarter of the way down the whole rod easily, and the rest is just pure background bone. So if a fish is finding it like this, only that part bends real easily. So that's what I would use for spinnerbaits. And chatterbaits there is 6'9" medium heavy. And now I'm going to talk a little bit more about the rod though. You're going to want a, like I said, nothing more than 7 foot for all around applications for this. You're really going to want to choose the rod with the moderate to moderate fast tip, like I said. I wouldn't quite go to like a cranking rod, but like a moderate fast, maybe. This rod right here is moderate fast, but it's a little more like a moderate, but it's got a lot more backbone. And the other reason is with that tip there, the moderate fast. Oh, I'm sorry about that, guy. That's my dog. But anyway, another thing about the moderate fast is for casting. Now the rod will really load up and allow you to get your bait out there. And the biggest reason for that moderate fast tip is the allowance the rod gives the fish to get that bait in its mouth and eat that bait before you set the hook. The moderate fast tip will flex a little bit more when the fish first bites to allow the fish to eat it. And your hook set will still be strong. It won't quite be as strong as, say, you're using a broomstick, because you're using a broomstick type of rod, the fish isn't going to get the bait all the way, and the hook set's not going to be very effective. But with this rod, the hook set will be perfect. And the reason for the medium heavy is for that backbone, because you're not really fishing for small fish when you're using a spinnerbait or a chatterbait. In this case, it's a Denali covert. So the best all-around rod, from thumping spinnerbaits to ripping light chatterbaits through grass, will be 6'9" medium heavy, with that moderate to moderate fast action. Now I'm going to go to another great choice for rods like this. So this right here is a 7'3" medium heavy. It is a Veritas. Excuse me, guys. I'm sorry here. I gotta get this out. It's a Veritas, 7'3" medium heavy. This rod is almost like a heavy. I don't really know how to explain it. It's a little on the heavier side of a medium heavy, but the rod does have that little bit of tip and the rest of backbone. I mean, look at the tip on this rod. It's got really nice tip. Just under 1/4, it bends real easy. The rest is just pure backbone, as you can see. So this is another great rod for chatterbaits or spinnerbaits. But the only time I'd use a rod this heavy, 7'3" medium heavy, is when you're fishing a thumper spinnerbait or a big heavy chatterbait through really thick grass, or even fishing like a chatterbait or something around wood. The reason for that is you want that stronger backbone of the rod to get the fish out of the wood. You want a bigger rod for the thumper spinnerbait, because you're usually fishing that deeper and slower, and it's usually heavier, and you want to get that real good hook set with a long rod. And with the chatterbait and thick weeds, because you're really going to get hung up in that weeds. You're going to want a stiff rod and rip it out and be more effective. So that's that, 7'3" medium heavy. I don't really use this for that, but it'd be a great choice. And if I was thumping a spinnerbait, this would be the first rod I'd go to. Now next is really a rod that is good for, like, if you're going to get one rod for spinnerbaits, chatterbaits, and everything, besides the 6'9" medium heavy, I'd get this, because this rod can also be used for other applications too. This is a 7 foot medium action Veritas. Well, it doesn't really matter what brand, but a 7 foot medium action rod that's a little closer to a heavy is a really good choice. Even if it doesn't have a lot of tip, like this one right here doesn't have a lot of tip, so you can see, but it doesn't have a ton of backbone either. I mean, it's still got some backbone because it's a medium, but since it's a medium, it doesn't have a ton. Put myself there, guys, sorry. But since it's a medium, it doesn't have a ton of backbone, which means that it'll allow the fish to eat that bait a little bit better, and you'll be able to get the better hook sets on it. Right now I just have a round trap for when this ice melts, you know. But that's what this will be best for. So if you guys really want to get an all-around spinnerbait, chatterbait rod, 7-foot medium would be great. I mean, it's got that. It doesn't have a ton of tip, but it bends a little further down the rod so the fish can eat the bait a little easier. You can get good hook sets with the rod. It's pretty strong. I just want to be like throwing real heavy spinnerbaits, chatterbaits with this rod, but you can definitely do some damage with this rod right here. This is a really, really good rod. If the rod companies you like run a little lower, I mean the Veritas, the mediums, like in between an actual medium and a medium heavy, the action of it, like the action of it or whatever. And their actions are the Veritas actions are a little more fast than other actions. But if your company runs regular or a little lighter, like the Denali company, then I'd get a medium. Then I'd get a medium heavy 7-foot. But if it's like a Veritas and they run a little higher, definitely get the medium. No. So now that I went over that, I'm going to talk about the rod that if you didn't want to get a lot of rod you would get, and once again, that'd be a 7-foot medium, because you can do a lot of things on this and use spinnerbaits and chatterbaits. Now, I kind of want to talk swim jigs real quick. For swim jigs, you're going to want to go with this 7.3 medium heavy. I didn't really want to add swim jigs into this video, but it seemed like it fit the category. But I think I'm going to do another video on that. But I'm just saying 7.3 medium heavy would be better for swim jigs. Anyway, thanks for watching, guys. I hope this helps you choose a better rod for your spinnerbait and chatterbait applications. If you pick one of these rods for whatever application I explained, you will get a lot more. You will hook a lot more fish, and it will really help you handle the fish better, and you'll land a lot more fish. And you'll definitely be able to affect that. Definitely be able to use that bait a little better, a little more effectively, which will also get you more bites. So, guys, choosing the right rod is really important. You don't need a million rods. You probably just need like 5 or whatever, but you don't need a million rods. You just gotta choose the right one for certain things, and you'll catch a lot more fish, and you'll hook a lot more fish, and you'll land a lot more fish. So, guys, thanks for watching. Comment, like, rate, and subscribe. Thanks.